Hello and welcome to Tech Times. Today we are going to understand how Angular application gets loaded and started. As we have seen in our previous videos how we use CLI tools for creating Angular application, but we should know how Angular starts working. I have added this diagram for your quick reference. So as you can see in the diagram, the first file is main.ts. Then it calls to app.module.ts. After that it goes to app.component.ts file, then to index.html file, and finally to app.component.html file. So let's check these files in Visual Studio Codes. So let's quickly go to VS Code and try to understand what happens in background. So in main.ts, this is the first code that gets executed. The main job of main.ts is to bootstrap the application. It loads everything and control the startup of the application. Here is the line where bootstrap start our Angular application by passing module to the method. It refers to app module, which looks into the app folder. So you can see in the app.module file that a bootstrap array, which is basically a list of all the components, analyzes the index.html. So what does that mean? It means like the bootstrap array contains an app component file. You can check that app component file. Here you will have different type of selectors and everything. Now at this time Angular is enabled to handle app root in the index.html file, and in index.html file there is a reference to app selector. So this selector will insert the app component and have some HTML code in there. Now let's move to app folder. Here you can see there are 5 different types of file generated. So let's start analyzing these files one by one. The first one is app.component.css. So this contains styling for the HTML file. Next one is app.component.html file. This is used to render view for the application. Next one is spec.ts file. It is used for testing. So we are skipping this file as of now. So the next file is app.component.ts file. In order to understand this file, we need to go back to our slides for better understanding. You can see that there are 2 types of class decorators mentioned over here. First is component, another one is ng-module. ng-module will cover in the module.ts file section. Let's first focus on the component decorator. So this decorator helps to understand Angular that a particular class is a component and has some specific configuration. We use this to define the component. Selector, as you saw in index.html, it helps in recognizing which template we need to show. Next one is template URL. It will fetch HTML from mentioned file. Style URLs, all style related components should be defined over here. Now the last file is app.module.ts file. In this file, as you can see, there are several imports, out of which some are built in whereas other is a custom component. So we can import the component as per our requirement. We'll understand this in more details in the later videos. Let's move to ng-module decorators. So just like component decorator which we had in app.component.ts file, ng-module is also a class decorator. It contains bunch of components which is required by our Angular application. It has several metadata properties. So let's understand ng-module's metadata properties in detail. So the first one is declaration. It is a list of declared component, classes, directives and pipes. Next one is import. So we use import for defining the list of modules that is used to support like this module, like forms module, router module, common module, browser modules. Next one is providers. So provider is a list of dependency injection providers, and it defines the set of injectable objects that are available in descriptor for this module, like we use the services in the provider section. Next one is exports. This is a list of components, directives and pipes that a module which imports from this module can use. Next is entry components. So entry components is a list of components that should be compiled when the module is defined. By default, Angular application always has at least one entry component, that root component, that is app component. Like pop-up, dialog boxes, we should define all these things in the entry component section. Next is bootstrap. So bootstrap is a list of components that are automatically bootstrapped and the listed component automatically added to entry component. So I think now we have covered all the basics. So from the next session we'll start with coding. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.